Hey there, you looking kinda cute. Please consider subscribing and check out our Patreon for more. Enjoy the video. I snuck back into the bathroom, grabbed the razor, and carefully shaved my arms and legs. Back in my room, I looked at the clothes. I wore a skirt again the next day, a thought. I considered that I might have to spend the entire trip in Natalie's clothes. I should dress nicely. A girl has to look good. Let's make the most of it, I thought. I walked over to the bed and examined my new wardrobe. Ready for a change, I thought, and slipped on some silk underwear. I chose the most plain outfit, a black top and a long brown skirt. I removed my nightgown and, with some difficulty, wrapped the basque around me and fastened it. I put on some black nylons and attached them to the basque's suspender clips. I inserted the two forms into the basque, adjusting for size and shape. Once satisfied, I put on a full-length petticoat, then the top and skirt I had selected. Finally, I slipped on the lower of the two pairs of shoes and walked around the room a few times. Everything fit perfectly, even the shoes. I looked at myself in the mirror. I needed something girly, so I chose a necklace. Just a little makeup and lip gloss. No need for the wig again. Not too bad, I thought. It's really not hard. Eye makeup done. Is that too much? Looks fine. Eyeliner, that's a bit messy. Need to start over. No wonder women take so long to get ready. It's easier to put on than take off. Ready now to try again. Careful, that's better. Now the other eye, not too bad. It took me 20 minutes longer than I thought to get ready. I stood up and looked at myself in the full-length mirror. Nice, feminine, very pretty actually. Who would know I'm not what I appear to be? I felt proud of myself. Even though it wasn't my idea, I felt good and looked good. How would Carrie react? As I walked into the kitchen, I took small, careful steps, mindful of my new shoes. You look beautiful. All the guys will like you, Carrie greeted me. Thank you, I blushed. The person I hoped would appreciate me had just endorsed my dressing this way. She got up, walked over to me, and kissed. Watch it, I warned. You'll mess up my makeup. Carrie chuckled. How do you feel? In a word, very comfortable. The clothes fit well and feel nice. The pattern on the skirt is lovely and the color is beautiful. Yes, it looks great on you. Long skirts, suit tall girls, coffee or fruit juice. The conversation sounded like that between two girlfriends. Do you have the basque on? She inquired. I nodded yes. Is it comfortable? Another nod from me. I'm lying, I can hardly feel it. Do you have nylons on? Isn't that a bit too personal? Yes, you are. I knew you would. Some girls say they're terribly uncomfortable, but I've never found that. I hope they're all right with you. Let's check them out. I was hesitant to join her. Okay, a very small flash. I wasn't trying too hard to be coy. I felt confident with my long legs. I suppose I should show them off. Then I let go. Your legs look fantastic. Thanks, so do yours. She outlined her plans for the day after breakfast. I have a picnic planned. I thought we could drive about 5 miles to a beautiful spot. Usually it's completely empty. We could have lunch there, maybe take a short walk, and then go for a drive and have dinner back here. Sounds good, I said, both excited and nervous about going out as Natalie in broad daylight. The idea of a secluded beauty spot was appealing. We packed the lunch and a few bags in the trunk and drove to the beauty spot. It was even hotter outside the air-conditioned house. The braces were starting to feel less constricting, but the basque was still uncomfortable, and I was beginning to regret wearing the woolen top and the calf-length skirt. When we reached our destination, I was relieved to see that ours was the only car in the parking lot, and it was even hotter when we stepped out. Carrie was dressed in a long skirt and jacket and looked fantastic. It's way too hot, she said. I brought a change of clothes for both of us. We should change now. She took out a pale pink dress, a summer dress from my luggage, some natural-colored nylons, and handed them to me. The dress looked very nice. I wasn't ready to wear a dress yet, but given the place was empty, I obliged. I removed the long skirt, black top, petticoat, and shoes, took off her shoes and nylons, and unfastened the Velcro suspenders from the basque. I turned the dress over my head, thinking she knew I was watching her. Then I pulled it down, zipped it up, and smoothed it out. It fit perfectly, like all the other clothes. I put my shoes back on and slipped into the tights. "How do I look?" Carrie asked. Her dress with a flower print was also pretty, with white socks around her ankles. She brushed her long hair. "You look beautiful," I said, and she did look stunning. "Would you like to use my brush?" I took her brush and started brushing my hair. She took her makeup out of her purse and reapplied it. She gestured for me to do the same. There we were, 2 girls standing in an empty parking lot powdering our noses. It must have looked comical to anyone watching. "Could you help me carry the rugs while I carry the lunch basket?" Carrie asked, and we headed off to a green area by the river about 200 yards away. Carrie spread the blankets as comfortably as she could. I tried not to be awkward and kept my knees together, though it wasn't easy. Carrie didn't seem to mind, though, so I couldn't have been too bad. We had lunch and drank wine together. Carrie told me she couldn't drink much as the driver. It was really hot. After lunch, Carrie packed up the trash and sat down next to me again, very close. Was she being affectionate or just friendly? I felt incredibly relaxing. I wanted to hug her. Was this pleasant? Platonic? I turned around and hugged her. Soon we were holding each other, then lying down and cuddling. She placed her hand on my dress, and I did the same to her. It felt lovely. "Do you really like how I look like this?" I asked. "I could tell you were all man under that little pink dress," she smiled. We didn't go any further, as it was just fun. We walked back to the car holding hands. When we got back to the car, we hugged again before she started the engine and began touring the area. After a while, I said to Carrie, "You set this up, didn't you?" "What do you mean?" "This whole thing with me dressed like this," I said, glancing at my little pink dress. "Why would you think that?" "You made me wear nylons yesterday because you said you didn't have socks, but today you are wearing them. I thought these white socks went better with your shoes. The black nylons looked better, and you could have concealed them if you weren't wearing a skirt. Because you didn't have any pants that would fit me, then you had me shave my legs this morning, and next thing I knew, I felt a tear coming to my eye. You made me go to that restaurant last night to meet that sleazy Armando. You planned all of this, didn't you? Do you really believe that? Do you think I took your bags, took out all your clothes, and replaced them with what you're wearing now without breaking the security seal on your luggage while you were with me the entire time? It's impossible." She had a point. It was impossible. But someone had done it. Carrie denied it convincingly. It seemed too coincidental. But if it was Carrie, she had thought her story through well. I felt a tear roll down my cheek. I was becoming more like a girl. I found a tissue in my purse and used it to wipe my face. Was I becoming a girl? Why then did my cheek feel so rough? I noticed some of my makeup had smudged on the tissue. How did I look? Carrie tried to be understanding. "I'm sorry if this has upset you. Why don't we go shopping right now? There are plenty of men's clothing stores there. You should be able to find something to wear easily." I almost said yes, please, at first, but I held back. I couldn't go to the mall with tears running down my face, my makeup ruined, my beard starting to show, and worse, wearing a dress. That would draw everyone's attention. "I just want to go home so I can calm down," I sniffed. "We can go to the mall another time when I'm calmer." "Okay." By the time we got back to Carrie's apartment, I had calmed down. I looked at my face in my small mirror and saw it wasn't as bad as I thought. A few minutes to fix things up and a little more makeup to cover any facial growth, and I was looking like myself again. Doing makeup in a car isn't easy. Back in my apartment, I immediately went to the bathroom to shave and redo my makeup for the 4th time that day. I looked at myself in the large mirror. The dress was short, but it was a pretty color and looked good on me. I was almost ready to go to the mall, but I needed to change clothes first. It wasn't that I wanted to change, I just didn't want to attract too much attention. I was pretty tired. We could wait until tomorrow to go to the mall. It didn't bother me too much to dress like this for one more day. I told Carrie we could postpone her shopping until tomorrow, and she agreed. I wore the pink dress for the remainder of the afternoon. Then Carrie announced that we'd both have to get dressed up and cook dinner. I remembered she was already dressed up, but who was I to argue? "Since I'm going to wear my LBD, you might want to do the same," she suggested. LBD? She meant a little black dress. That does sound like a good idea. I put on the black skirt, black nylons, and, wait for it, black high heels. The shoes were painful and initially hard to walk in, but they looked so good. Carrie was dressed similarly in a black mini dress, black tights, and black high heels. We had a great time that night. I had forgotten what I was wearing. The next morning after breakfast, we agreed to go to the mall and buy some real clothes. Carrie gave the names of a few stores that sold jeans, shirts, etc. I wasn't sure what I would do. I just picked up something I knew was my size and silently took it to the cashier. I had a lot of things I wanted to buy and was glad my credit card worked and my signature only had my initials on it. I was wearing a calf-length black skirt and a pretty white top so that I wasn't noticeable. We parked in the garage and walked into the shopping area. The first store we saw was a women's clothing store. Both Carrie and I were captivated by a beautiful display in the store window, and we walked over to look at it together. "That's a lovely skirt," I pointed out, referring to a black pencil skirt that was knee-length on one of the mannequins. "I agree," Carrie said. "It hangs very nicely. I've always thought those skirts were real nice. Why not try it on?" she asked. I blushed. "That's not why we came here, no. But if you like it, why not try it on? I'll come with you." The truth is, I wanted to try it on. I shouldn't have, but I was curious about how I would look in it, and Carrie liked seeing me in such things. "Okay," I smiled. Carrie smiled back. Within about 5 minutes, I was leaving the store with my new purchase in a bag. I was surprised at how easy it was. No one seemed to question my identity. After 3 minutes, I emerged from the bathroom wearing my new black skirt after putting on a bit more makeup. The next store window we looked in had a mini skirt that Carrie seemed to like. "I'd love one of those," she said, and we went inside. When she picked up two, yes, one her size and one mine, we went into the changing rooms and tried them on. "Let's buy them both," Carrie suggested. "I'm going to pay. It's a gift for you." Who was I to say otherwise? We soon left the store together, each with a skirt in a small bag. So, to cut a long morning of shopping short, I bought a lot of things that morning, but none of them were men's clothes. You could say it was a turning point, a realization that I was comfortable dressing as a woman and okay with it for the duration of my time off. I had chosen to stay at Carrie's as Natalie for the entire time and not to wear trousers until I changed back into Jonathan's clothes for the trip home, just to match the picture on my passport. Carrie seemed pleased with my decision when I told her. It's not true that I didn't wear trousers again on the trip, because I was thrilled to have bought a pair of denim pants. I also chose to wear my wig, as long as it didn't itch too much. I wanted to look as girly as possible. Carrie suggested going to the beach in the afternoon. I agreed, but I was unsure what I was getting myself into. "Put on your swimsuit," she instructed. I was a bit apprehensive, and it must have shown on my face. "Don't worry, we'll find a spot and no one else will be there. You can wear one of my beach dresses to cover," she assured me. I laughed. I went to my room, took everything off, shaved again, and put everything on. I put on the hat, looked in the mirror, not bad at all. Carrie seemed pleased and handed me a robe, which she also wore. The beach was almost deserted. We were far from anyone who might have been watching. I felt incredibly proud and had a great time, though I was too scared to go into the water. All I could think about was the tan line I was getting that might have looked odd, and Carrie's half-joking suggestion that I might want to buy a bikini. Then we went back to Carrie's place and changed into our new skirts. We stayed in and cuddled all night. This set the tone for the rest of the week, skirts and lots of fun. The day before I was supposed to fly home, Carrie told me something. "Natalie, I need to tell you something. I did set everything up, I'm sorry. Don't feel bad. I've really enjoyed it." "Yes, but I've hidden your other bag upstairs." Now I'm on an airplane going home. I have 2 bags in the hold, one with Jonathan's things and one with Natalie's. I can't wait to change back into Natalie when I get home. This bag should work out just fine. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out Patreon for a lot more content and early access to YouTube videos.